All right, welcome everybody to our IIT. Welcome week
everybody
Inhouses.
to our
So
IIT.
our games today, they're just going to be primarily for fun, but we got quite a few games on our hand, quite a lot of talent here. And I'll introduce myself. I'm an alum here at IIT, former game lead for Valorant, but now I'm just helping out around the scenes. And then today I will be joined by Tangerine.
Hello, everybody. Excited to be here today on one of my first Valorant casts, usually a native to the Overwatch scene, more or less, but I'm excited to branch out today and get to cast hopefully some fun matches tonight as we load in here into Icebox.
Tangerine actually joining us here from DePaul, so very nice of him to come join us and help us out. But yeah, so let's take a look at these compositions. Actually seem to be fairly standard for Icebox. I mean, both teams got the Sage, got to have that on this map. And then, you know, the Reyna, the Jett, the Sova, essentially they're just running the, like, very typical Icebox comp. They're actually just mirroring each other, so
yeah,
it should be fun how to see which team can display the comp better.
Yeah, actually, I really enjoy that we're seeing the mirror come right off the bat. As you said, it's going to rely pretty much on which team is either going to be out fragging each other or which team is going to be playing the comp better individually, which is always something nice that you like to see. No specific counter-stratting or anything coming out here from these two teams. It's just fun meta play as of right now on Icebox. We see Reyna a lot of the time on Icebox as well. Being able to use that dismiss is honestly one of the most important parts of her toolkit, especially in Icebox, where you're able to hide around these corners a fair amount.
Exactly. I mean, it's such great utility, just being that sort of pressure where the enemy team just needs to be able to check every single corner, and sometimes they just literally can't trade you. So it looks like it's gonna be an A hit. Risk me getting the first blood here.
Oh no, the right click was absolutely juicy coming out there from Ricky. Both Jets opting to actually buy the Sheriff on the first round here. You love to see it. Zaf cleaning up some shots there with the Ghost as both members end up taking the picks. It's going to be Team 1 coming out first here, moving up a point on the board for the pistol round.
Yeah, I mean, that jumping right click from Ricky was pretty insane. But yeah, Team 1 just taking the high ground, just, you know, kind of swarming the site immediately, and Team 2 just did not have enough time to respond. So now we're going to be seeing the anti-eco pull up. And we'll see how Team 2 deals with this. They're probably just going to try to give it up, do as much economic damage as possible, and hope for the best from the next gun round.
Yeah, Ty actually opting in to buy the shorty. You can see that's going to be one of the first members that Team 1 actually ends up interacting with. We're going to see if the corner's going to get checked here for Ty with that dismiss. This shorty can be rather deadly. I don't think they know Ty's here. Hitting the ult. Going to be up there. Oh, so close and personal. Dismiss comes out. Ty doesn't get out with their life, though. Traded out there by Zaf.
Yeah. Now we're going to see the hit coming out. Papa Smurf getting the right click. He does get one, so it is a 3 for 3 right now. Team 1 actually at the health disadvantage, but Ricky going to be taking out OMGDs.
It's a rather close round coming out right now, but oh my lord, the classic right click is getting so many kills right now. Both the Corey and George picking up picks with the round with the same default gun. It's going to be a 1v1 now on point. The battle of the two Sovas. Spike is down currently, but we're gonna see if the gun diff's gonna matter, and it's not. Shock darts, you know, just playing around with it a little bit. We'll eventually get that defuse here, and it's actually going to be off of the anti-eco there.
Yeah,
that Team 2 is gonna get their first point on the board.
The classic, the free gun, you know, just pulling out the right clicks, showing its value. Just apparently, just the classic right click is just much better than the Spectre, you know. That's just how it is a lot of time. But yeah, I know this is going to be a lot of economic damage for Team 2. So right now, Team 1 going to be pulling out the rifles with the amount of money that they were able to save. George is going to actually choosing to bonus the Spectre. But Team 1 now they're the ones going to be saving this round. Now the next round should be the actual gun round here.
Yeah, and Papa Smurf's going to set up his default Viper wall actually along the A site, predicting an A site push here, which is going to be the correct call, as it seems, for Team 2 as they start to mount this defense. And Papa Smurf already found a pick Having the gun diff right now is absolutely critical. You can see the drone start to go on. So actually, yes, as soon as the drone came out, Risk started to swing, ended up finding George on the peak there, but Papa Smurf finds 2 in the round. Same with OMG Diaz, and it's just going to be a pure gun diff, Jin.
Yeah, I mean, Team 1 there, probably just trying to hit the A side as fast as possible, kind of get the round over with. They know that they're at a severe disadvantage with the guns. Rifles just against the sheriffs, and now the round is over. They're gonna be having the full buy here, and now we should be seeing an actual gun round from both teams.
Yeah, you'd love to see it start to come out here. Also, the situation so far in which 2 of the same agents are ending up going up against each other because of these mirror comps. It's honestly just so entertaining to watch. But we have a full rifle round coming out there. We're going to see if Lightning can strike twice here for Team 2. The Viper Wall was actually not set up along A this time, predicting potentially not an A push coming out there from Team 1. They will be sorely mistaken, though. Shock Dart just to try and clear out the angle. Does manage to clear out a few players. Will they get the spray tricks for George? Well, with the Vandal. Fully impressive. And now up 2 in this round. Well, as I say that, the trade starts to come through, but Papa Smurf also finds 2 with the Vandal. Wonderful spray trade for discipline from this player. Almost got another spray transfer. This was just a round of spray transfers, as it seems. Jin, that was actually kind of crazy.
I mean, the first 2 kills were huge from George, but that information too. I mean, he started off right off the bat getting three pings with the dart, and then getting 1 more with the Silva drone, and that just immediately signaled to team 2 that they just needed to start swarming A side and coming in for the retake. But team 1 couldn't even get the plant down, so they were just able to stop it immediately.
Yeah, it seems like they're pretty one-dimensional hits coming out here as well. Usually just kind of like a 5 stack up in one direction. Maybe 1 flanker occasionally. You can actually see that now the Viper of Team 1 is trying to do a little bit of a side hit, but oh my lord, people are going in through the meat grinder up mid right now. This crossfire that's set up from Team 2 is just way too much to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, this mid take is really rough with that sage wall. They do have to deal with that sage wall, but they decided to just opt to go under tube there, and it didn't really work out. The gun difference and just the sight lines that they had to go through, they were just getting picked off 1 by 1 as they tried to cross with no utility.
Yeah, now a lot of ultimates going to be on the field. Sorry, yeah, a lot of ultimates going to be on the field for both sides right now. Little bit of an odd buy coming out here, actually. Risk does end up will almost have that Bladestorm to be able to use for this next round, so only buying a Sheriff. However, it does seem like 1 member of Team 2, I believe. Still, sorry, yes, of Team 2 might have a slight gun disadvantage up against them as the Knives top out. Entry onto point B will start to be initiated, but the Viper's Pit also comes out. This is going to be an all-out massacre here as Team 2 try to enter into sight, but the Knives end up missing from Risk. That is not how you want to start this out.
Yeah, you can see the question mark in the chat, but yeah, no, that's very unfortunate for Risk there. It has the right click, does so much damage, but doesn't actually secure the kill. If he does get that kill there, that opens up the site a lot, but now we're going to be seeing the attacking team starting to back off, doing a little bit of default. Actually, no, they're just going to go for the A hit just immediately. The Sage is taking kitchen control, so she might be able to catch someone in Snowman or on B and maybe open up the site from there. It's going to be running into someone. The timing might be really bad, and yes, it is.
Yeah, that's really rough. You kind of hate to see that. Hunter's Fury actually going to be invested here from George, so this is a 3-round. This is a 3 ultimate round here for Team 2. And they're up in this fight currently. George is ending up going to take out that pick right at the end as Ty ends up finding the cleanup pick. Spooky Darkness is not going to get any sort of heroics out here today as Team 2 moves up to 5 in the set. Just giving a little bit of time, though, before getting the defuse, stopping to smell the roses just a little bit. Yeah, now the lead here getting, what do you call it, very dangerous for the defending team. Actually, can we take a look at the econ real quick? Yeah, so the attacking team gonna be forced on the eco here, and I mean,
this round is kind of a wash, but they really need to win the next 3 rounds in order to actually be able to carry the momentum back for this attacking side.
Yeah, the momentum definitely needs to start to get gained back up here, and one of the ways that they can do it is by starting to use some of these ultimates. They do have the Empress online to be able to use, as well as the Res and Sova ultimate. So it's definitely not a lost round, despite it being an eco. The fact that Team 2 did have to invest 3 ultimates into that last round alone spells a really, really decent outcome actually right now for the side of Team 2 if they're able to get an initial pick coming out here. But they have to try and do it up against rifles, and so many players have already rotated onto site A for the defense, going up onto the rope, finding that second pick. Will manage to trade out Papa Smurf, but Papa Smurf already made sure that the damage was done, taking out 2 early in that round. It's just going to be 40 Glock left standing as they end up falling in the round. Actually investing no ultimates there is Team 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a really rough round for them, but at least it was the eco, so they were kind of expecting to lose that round anyway. They couldn't do that much economic damage. Now here, I kind of want to start them seeing do a little bit of a default now. A lot of times they're just hitting the site really early on, and the defending team is honestly just catching onto it immediately, and they're just catching them on the, or they're just pinching them on the retake like immediately.
Yeah, honestly, I would really enjoy to see a little bit more default play, something just a little bit more spread out, but we're not going to be seeing that. Instead, Zin, we're going to be seeing another A hit. It's going to be the exact same thing coming out, and actually it doesn't look like Team 2 is ready for this one. They're moving in rather fast. Lear coming out there from 40 Glock, going to mitigate any sort of seeing that the drone is able to do. You can't shoot down an eye with the tracking dart as spray through the smoke goes down. 40 Glock's able to find a pick immediately on the site retake, and site is now in the favor of Team 2 as the Viper Wall goes down. So does 40 Glock's life. Papa Smurf finding 2 in this round so far, as Zap is simply sitting on Spike with only 18 HP. Unfortunately, does not check their corner. And now, Team 2 going to move up yet another point in the set.
Yeah, I did not really like that post-plant positioning. Zap being stuck on site there. Once he planted the bomb, he could not leave. He should have been playing the post-plant just off the site immediately. But yeah, I mean, at that point, what really can you do? He was kind of caught in a little bit of crossfire. Just made the defending team just making it really hard for them to actually even get into those post-plant positions.
Yeah, I was about to say, all of the utility that was just placed at the feet of Team 2 made it so difficult for any sort of repositioning to be able to get done after the spike was actually planted. Plus, they planted and there was still like 4-ish people alive. It was about a 4v4 on point, so you have to kind of respect that. You can't just try and go in a big stack of 2.
That's a lot of info.
And yeah, that's a ton of info from that dart, actually. I'm gonna stop my sentence short there, but literally so many people just got picked off in an instant. It was immediate. That dart came out and 4 people died, dropped immediately, and now it's only up to Zap right now for the side of Team 1. I doubt a ton is going to be able to get done here. Walking into 2 players on B site right now with the Viper Wall set up, going to be trying to spray out through the wall, tries to pull out the snake bite, but will end up getting pushed by Papa Smurf right in the nick of time.
Yeah, if first half, I would have just maybe gone for the save there, because there's not many rounds left in this defending half, and they kind of just need as much as possible. But I don't know, maybe he was trying to get a few kills to do the economic damage beforehand. But yeah, I mean, this is starting to look, you know, very one-sided. Well, not starting, it already is very one-sided, but I do want to see more value out of the Sage utility. I mean, Ricky is a Radiant player. He definitely knows how to how to play the Sage very well. But I do want to on the attacking side, I feel like I haven't seen as much of it as I should have on like the wall in particular.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. Using the wall for post plants in A site especially can be incredibly useful. Also on B site, you're able to lock off the default point with the Sage rather well, which is surprising to me why there's still deciding to actually go A for this hit, but Ricky's actually going to go ahead and start off the fight in an eco round, finding 2 in the point right now. George able to even some stuff out, and the wall ends up coming out. So it's looking a little bit better here for Team 2, but as soon as I say that, people just get picked off immediately. Papa Smurf is an absolute menace on this Viper in this lobby so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? They're going for these fast hits, but no one is really watching that flank. So a lot of times they're just getting pinched from both sides when they try to take this site. And even if they get the bomb down, they're just kind of have to deal with attacks from every single end, and they need to find an answer for that. They are using the Sage Wall effectively, but it's a lot of times Ricky can't even get on the site to actually put the Sage Wall down to help out his team for that post plant.
Need to be a lot more aware of flankers here on this next push, and it's actually going to be a wall across mid with a high leer coming out to try and deter any member from stepping out through mid, but it looks like Ty and OMG Dies have a little bit of a meat grinder set up here across mid. Nobody's going to really be able to gain any sort of access into B site, and now the spike is down over on mid. Control will be held, though, from the side of Team 1, so it's so difficult, sorry, of Team 2, so it's so difficult for Team 1 to be able to get anything done. Papa Smurfs there on the entry as players start to come out of tube, and that'll be the round going over to Team 2.
Round in the half.
And you can see Risk in the chat just being mind blown by Papa Smurf's knowledge on the Viper. Just the immense amount of lineups the guy has on this character. I mean, he's just a veteran on it. He's been playing it forever. One of the highest rated Vipers on the leaderboard. So he's showing off a little bit of that skill right here.
Really impressive Viper play that we've been seeing so far from these players, and I mean, it's been crazy. And it has the gun skills to be able to back it. I feel like 2 picks are constantly coming out here for the side of Papa Smurf, but it's actually going to be a B site hit straight up this time. However, it's going to be met by Deja Vu. The Viper's wall, Viper pit coming back up again as the entry to the B site starts to come through. Papa Smurf finds the player, 40 Glock, not able to get anything done. Zap roaming around. Scourge pulls up classic right click on the Ricky. Finds the triple kill in the match. Will eventually get shut down by Zaf, who was lurking over on the boxes on the top, trying to narrowly avoid the fire that was constantly coming out there from Papa Smurf. Counter Viper's pit now coming out on B side. It's a 2v2 right now currently with 2 ultimates popped out for the side of Team 1.
Yeah, I mean, both people on the defending team coming from green over here. We'll see if they know. They know that the Sova is at least at green now. I don't think they know that they're both playing together right here. Corey might be able to catch Zaf. Zaf in response to that. He's going to go down, and now Zaf is going to be turned around, and they're going to be actually getting the final round in this half, and we're going to be 10-2 at the switch.
Switching sides.
Yeah, that was the round that they kind of needed for momentum's sake, at least. I mean, it will eventually be completely reset here due to the fact that it is going to be a halftime switch. 10-2 is not necessarily the scoreline that you want to be at, but that win definitely starts to set up an upward trend here for the side of Team 1. And if they can lock down this pistol and take up the bonus that ends up coming with it next time, I'm starting to feel like they might be able to come out on the upswing here.
I mean, Papa Smurf kind of look at his scoreboard. He's kind of doing a lot for the team right now. 20-4.
My God,
Deagle here, and we'll see. Is he the headshot machine? He claims to be. Mid. Oh, he's going to take the 2v1 and go down. Riz starts typing, and just what you like to see.
Oh no, this is actually going to be now turning into an A-side hit, but 3 members are already on site here for Team 2. That's gotta be it, right? I mean, like, that is crazy. 2 picks end up coming out here for the side of Team 1. But I don't think it's going to end up mattering in the future. What a crazy shot actually coming out there from George. But Team 1's going to be able to wrap up this next round, and this is exactly what they needed. Now they have a bonus underneath their wing.
Yeah, I mean, we did see this last half though. Team 1 did win the pistol, so they do. Hopefully, they win the anti-eco this time, and maybe they can build some momentum off of that. I mean, we shall see. Hopefully, it's not a repeat of the last half here.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We want to see some more competitive Valorant start to come out here. This Viper duel has been incredibly entertaining to watch throughout this entire set so far. Then I have to say, Papa Smurf and Zappo putting up numbers. Oh no! It's unfortunately caught out. That is the worst timing that I've seen so far in this set. Already down 2 is Team 2.
Yeah, I mean, we were worried about them not winning the eco round, but I think we can be assured that they're gonna lock this one up right here. OMGD is gonna be the last one to go down, and yeah, now we're gonna be seeing the actual. Well, actually, we're gonna be seeing the bonus round, and then hopefully the gun round next.
Yeah, you would really like to see the gun round start to come out here. This is gonna be, though, the round that is incredibly important for Team 1's future success on this map. They have this kind of impoverished by coming out here because of what they did in their last round, trying to force out and trying to take the advantage to the economy that they had. And now, it's going to be met with a little bit of despair. They have to try and get something done with this weird eco. Oh no! The snake bite actually ends up finding time to the trade out. What a rip in the chat. That is ridiculous.
Where was that Molly? Wait, what?
I honestly have zero idea. The counter wall also comes out from OMG Dies, so there's absolutely no way that there's going to be a nice wall that's going to get set up here for the planters. However, they are going to be able to get the spike down.
Yeah, Riz actually just caught timing, so none of the attackers are able to see him on the flank, but oh my god. Okay, Zap gonna be making up for that though. Now it's gonna be up in the 3v2, one person is low, and Zap just helping out the two Papa Smurfs though, sitting on the lineups. They do push him before he shoots the second one, so they should be able to get the defuse.
Yeah, and I have to say, the Vipers of both of these teams have just been coming alive throughout the entire set. Now it's Zap who started to take over this game a little bit. You can actually see both Vipers at the top of the leaderboard. And honestly, with these lineups, you can't, like, be surprised. That fact, really.
Yeah.
Zin. Both of these Vipers seem to be absolutely seasoned on their roles and are putting in so much work right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's nice that like now we're seeing this game be a lot closer, and the Viper matchup is actually one of the best parts about it. Just the what do you call it? The depth of utility that we're seeing, but also just the fun duels that we're seeing against the two, kind of just like an ego check across which Viper is better.
Zap's going to get down. Yet another Viper's Pit will end up being revealed by the Recon Bolt. So it's actually going to be a very swift take here for the side of Team 2. And the Guardian actually ends up finding the life of Risk early on. This is really rough now for the side of Team 1. They have to try and get something done. And Ricky is going to make sure that something is said about it with the Operator. Set up over in back of sight, getting some work done. There's a few players, though, that are set up in really tricky positions. It's going to be difficult for Team 1 to try and push these Team 2 players out because they have to commit so aggressively into it. And actually, the defuse is going to come out from Spooky Darkness as the wall comes out. This is going to be a stick. I think they're going to be able to... And they do! No! Yeah. It's a great wall!
Yeah, I mean, the wall was fantastic because one, it was able to protect him, but I think also it messed up the lineup. Actually, I wasn't able to catch whether or not the...
Oh, did it?
I think that's what the purpose of the wall was, because I did see the Vipers sitting for the lineup in green, but I actually don't know if it blocked it. I was assuming that was the main reason that the wall went up, but until I see where that Molly landed, I'm not exactly sure. But if that was the case, that was amazing.
Yeah, that would be like the clutchest wall of the century here, and Valorant's only been out for like a year. So that's pretty impressive as is. It's going to be pretty much a pretty normal A hit coming out here. A little bit too aggressive, though, is Risk. That seems to be a common theme that has been happening for a good amount of these rounds. Spooky Darkness also managing to find a Pixel along with Ricky 2 coming out from both of these players, and it's just going to be tie. It seems like both of these teams having difficulty trying to make any sort of attack work here on Icebox, which is interesting to see based on the comps that we're rolling out on, you would expect to see... Oh, no, that's just a little bit unfortunate. A little bit of an aim trading moment coming out there. But Ty is going to be marked up, meeting people, and also his demise.
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? Risk does get taken out early there, but it does catch the info that a lot of them are on A, so that just gives the defending team the signal to start rotating and kind of box them in. Now we're gonna come in here with the eco for the attacking team. Now, this was a very solid lead in their hand, but it is starting to dwindle, and this eco is just gonna make it even thinner. We're gonna have to see how they actually respond on the next gun round. If they're actually pulling out the rifle, because he can buy one, maybe he can make some magic happen out of it. And as soon as I say that, he dies to the op. Never mind.
Ooh, yeah, magic happening for the opposite side. Risk actually going in aggressive and also finding a pick here with the Vandal. Viper's pick coming out from Zaf to try and stall this push coming out, but it's actually going to bet with the Corey. Pushing up there with the Sheriff just a little bit, I think, too aggressive for Zaf to keep up with there in that scenario as the shock dart comes through from mid to try and stunt off any sort of push that comes through. Actually gets quite a few amount of people on the rotation here, and they're just going to start to get stuffed as Team 2 tries to rotate into A. Also, Hunter's Fury coming. Draft the Corey just can't catch a break right now. So unfortunate for the Jet of Team 2 as they end up falling. And this is looking like a completely different game right now, Sid.
Yeah, I mean, the defending team is actually just taking space very well there. Right after the attacking team decided to rotate, I mean, everyone was already sitting mid, so by the time that anyone tried to actually cross over to A, they realized they couldn't, and they were just stuck. They couldn't do anything, especially because they had no guns to fight for it.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for that round. However, coming into it now, full buy coming out from both teams. This is going to be Team 2's best chance to be able to start to, I would say, come back, but they're still technically up. They were up by quite a large deficit coming into the half. However, the gap is now starting to be closed, and this would be a great time to try and shut it out from the side of Team 2. They've actually went in for a little bit of a fake hit here. They were expecting players to come into B, and now they've rotated A and site's just free.
Yeah, A is completely clear. I mean, they just took it for free. That fake was actually fantastic. They did condition this whole game that, hey, we're pushing the sides immediately, and the defending team just fell for it and took the bait. And now they've given up A for free, so they're gonna have to be retaking into this Viper ult. We're going to see what they can do here. No one is actually going on the flank, so 2 people are off the site right now, just focusing on that.
And Corey also finds another pick with these knives being so incredibly deadly with them, but Ricky's going to manage to find a pick onto a Corey. So knives now off the field. Ricky also ends up taking out Ty. There's no Empress to possibly be used in this fight as well. Papa Smurf on the strike as Zaf doesn't quite expect it. It's all up to Ricky in a 2v1 scenario. Can Ricky get the ace? It's definitely possible. However, not going to get the defuse no matter what. It will be Team 2 moving up 11-8 right now. And
I mean, it was imperative for Team 2 to actually win that round, because if they didn't, they just risked being on the eco again and letting Team 1 just catch up. So this is the moment. This is the live or die, where if they win this round, they could be seeing themselves actually securing the game. But if not, then we might be seeing Team 2 actually starting to catch up again.
Yeah, Team 2 looking pretty good with that push right now. They have to keep trying to do a little bit more fakes, in my opinion, or maybe holding for a little bit more of a default push. However, it's going to be a wraparound up mid right now. Sage wall to come out. The Viper wall is also set up, so nobody from window can see anybody start to rotate onto this B site, but Zap is looking at an awfully good angle right now. Manages to find both players as they enter in on the site. That's why you gotta check your corners in.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play from Zaf. Caught that timing really well. That wall actually kind of helped him, because no one from, whoever was going to kitchen on the second side actually did not catch Zaf getting into that position. So now, even though that did happen, this is still looking a little close. Splifter is really low, so if one dot, oh, no, it's over now. Yeah. Just disregard anything I was about to say.
As soon as you said it, both players ended up immediately falling, which is a little bit unfortunate. So now, going up yet another point is Team 1. This game is starting to get a little bit neck and neck. The Viper util being used against Team 2. It was a nice Waldo that actually ended up coming out, because if you remember correctly in one of the earlier rounds, I vividly remember there being a crossfire set up from window and the entry up from mid into B. And that crossfire ended up taking out like 4 people on the entry when this was done previously. So it was a nice intention with the Viper wall. It's just Zaf was able to use it against them.
Yeah, I mean, now we're going to be seeing the Reyna on the attacking side. Trying to take mid control, but going to be taken out by Ricky right here. They are going to be trying to make the most out of his eco. Corey stuck with just the frenzy, but the utility coming out on the A side makes it really hard for them to actually even take any space. Ricky going to be taking out Papa Smurf. And we can see on the map that they're starting to get boxed in. I mean, we can see Risk and they're starting to... Sorry, Risk and Zaf trying to just hold the flanks.
Yeah, this is not looking good so far for Team 2. It was a rather swift round with 40 Glock finding 3 in it. And now, things are definitely starting to look a little bit dire here for the side of Team 2. They're actually going to be able to get a full buy out here. However, it's going to be at the cost of practically their entire economy. So if they end up losing this round, this could potentially be game over here for the side of Team 2. So they have to try and make this full buy work here and now.
Yeah, I mean, the wall does go up A. Maybe they've heard a little bit of a fake. Yuki just going to be droning through to get that info, verifying whether or not the hit is actually coming in. But so the info, he doesn't really have enough info to tell, because he only saw the other Sova drone. So right now, they are stacking 3 towards A, but it's not full rotate yet. It's still 2 towards B, but they are going to be hearing the utility coming out.
Yeah, it's a nice Viper wall that's actually raised up there from the side of Team 1 to be able to try and stunt this push out a little bit, make sure that the Leers actually end up doing practically nothing. So Reyna without the Leers at this current moment, and Ricky denying the plant with the Omen because they don't have the Sage wall set up to try and defend against it. George will manage to find a pick and try and level things out a little bit, but it's actually going to be 40 Glock hitting the kill, hitting the dismiss, manages to avoid the shock dart. This Reyna is putting in some absolute work right now. Corey going to manage to shut them down though.
Papa Smurf getting a little, feeling a little bit of that Odin. He's going to be trying to take the A site here.
30 seconds left.
Risk going to be a little slow on the rotate, but I think I was going to say he was going to win, but now Ricky going to have to control a bomb, and Risk is going to have to take this 1v2 to try to get it back. He is going to hit the zip line. And both are just going to take it out immediately.
Yeah, that was just a little bit unfortunate. It seemed like Ricky definitely had, you know, a Corey's number there just a little bit, pre-firing just a tiny bit with the Odin there. And now the economy of Team 2 is in absolute shambles. But hey, let's look on the right side. They have 5 ultimates to be able to invest in this round to try and swing something back into their favor. They can't necessarily force a situation in which Team 1 will be in a bad economy for the next round. However, they can force a situation in which they can win and get some more money coming in for what could potentially be their final round coming up next.
Like to be a heavy bait here. Risk just push out and just catch the Reyna holding that mid position. And we're gonna ignore that happened. We're just gonna talk about the hit. That did not happen. Corey, your whiffs are safe from us.
This is ridiculous.
How's no one dying? Oh, it's Sage Wall.
Nobody and the spike weather didn't actually end up falling there with 2 omens spraying at the Brule wall. It'll be a Hunter's Fury to actually start off the picks here for the side of Team 2. George putting in work with this util, actually finding 2 picks. with the utility as Papa Smurf ends up encroaching close to the back of yellow with this judge. Not going to be able to get anything done. It's going to be Ricky onside trying to get something done, and actually it looks like it's going to manage to work out for the side of Team 1. George is under way too much pressure. No util under his belt as Ricky manages to find the final pick in the round. And yeah, this is looking a little bit rough here for Team 2.
I mean that what do you call it? Oh, sorry. that attack side was actually looking really strong at the start there, but the retake utility was just so good. I mean, we were kind of looking at the start of that round to expect the attacking team to actually just take it with that 4v3, but I don't know, Ricky and Risk just turning up big, and Spooky for that matter too.
Yeah, honestly. Looks like it's gonna be just a 5-stack A hit, you know, pretty simple, pretty bare bones coming out here from Team 2, and it's actually going to be OMG Dies coming out with the first pick immediately.
Yeah, I mean,
wonderful.
Spooky getting that info now. I mean, they just know it's an A hit. As you can already see, everyone's already basically rotated. Ricky gonna get 1, and he's gonna get 2. Papa Smurf gonna catch 1. He's gonna catch 2 here, so this is gonna be equalized. Oh, but he couldn't get that last kill. Now it's gonna be up to Ty with an operator to try to get the bomb and take the 1v2. So
yeah, this is a little bit difficult for Ty. Does have that Empress to be able to use, and there's a lot of bodies sitting up mid. Should he choose to get the rifle instead of the operator?
Have this fight.
Yep, and that's exactly what's going to happen, and a rotation's going to start to come out there onto Site B, most likely. Actually, might just try and fake out some players here. Oh, but Team 2 realize this. I think they understand the try to go for a little bit of a fake rotation there, and it's going to be a re-entry onto site with 2 people glaring down Ty's neck, who I don't think knows they're there. Actually will manage to spot a player, pops the entrance, hits for the fake plant, manages to fucking zap him with the Empress, is going to be charged right back up to 100 health. He knows. I don't think he knows, though. Oh, the wall tries to get the shots through it. Plant going to come through with just a little bit of time left. Manages to get it, but Ty will not be able to find the last pick. A close first match coming out right there, Zen. 13-11 being the final score as Team 1 ends up taking it.
yeah, I mean, we were going into that half thinking to just secure this game. I mean, it was a 10-2 half. We were like, oh, there's actually no way that Team 1 can actually just come back from this. But I mean, I guess the composition is just much more suited for defense and attack, because
game of my life.
I don't know, both teams they're just killing it on their defense side, but not so stellar on their attack.
I thought he was back site, so I went to shock off generator.
I would have to agree with you. It didn't seem like the attacking side for either teams really managed to work out quite well, but I was incredibly impressed by the willpower of Team 1 to simply just say no and start to mount a comeback as big as 8 rounds ahead in this matchup, ending up winning the match. I'm pretty sure that Team 2 only won a single round, actually, right? Yeah. On that offense. That is just the most ironclad defense that I think I've ever heard of, Zen. That is actually crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really weird because from a composition like that, you'd expect it to be more attacker sided, but I mean, I guess these are in-house games, these are pugs, so it's really hard to build that coordination for the post plan, which that comp does, you know, excel in a little bit. So there's that to consider. But yeah, I mean, still a great showing from both sides. Very close game, a lot closer than we were expecting at the start, but they definitely made it entertaining to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams coming out swinging there in the round. Could have used for maybe just a little bit of a more switcheroos, I guess would be the right word to use. More fakes in their offense coming out, trying to play around with both team on the offense just a little bit and try to keep them on their toes, randomly rotating into sites, maybe playing default a little bit more as well. We didn't seem to have a ton of default play. It was mostly just a lot of players stacking up into sites and then trying to take 5-man hits to try and crack open a site with just sheer gun power. And it seemed like most of the time the retakes were able to get the better of the attacking side because of this. Possibly sending in some more flankers could be useful, or simply just playing in a way that would be a little bit more difficult for teams to get a read onto which side they're attacking would have helped a bit more.
All right, we're gonna go to a break here, and then we're gonna get the next lobby set up. So we'll be right back.
Is stream ready or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going. Bye.
All right, everyone, welcome back to map number 2. We're going to be seeing some familiar faces, but we're going to see a lot of people subbed in this time. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Breeze this time around. A map that hasn't actually been seen a lot overall in pro play, just in stream. I mean, a lot of people probably play it in the ranked games, but that's about it.
Yeah, I definitely have the Breeze curse, as some people would call it. Just constantly getting Breeze whenever loading into comp. However, I'm nowhere near the skill level of any of these players. And that could be seen so far as a little bit of a difference between my low elo comp games and these games, is that both teams are actually locking in the Viper immediately on Breeze, which is something that you should do. Honestly, having the Viper wall and all of the different Viper utility to be able to use on Breeze to cut these incredibly wide open sites in half, practically, it's so crucial for this map.
Yeah, and honestly, you gotta pass that Breeze curse out to me, because I literally got the Icebox curse. My 80% of my games are Icebox, and I hate it. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna be seeing Viper coming in from both sides. The Sky on the attacking side here, from 40 Glock. Sky, what do you call it? Showing a lot of popularity lately. Kind of just being played as that second duelist with their changes, with not having to have the animation for the deployment of the flash. But yeah, I mean, both very good comps, both very interesting comps. Yeah, I mean, let's get right into it. We're gonna be seeing looks like an A hit right off the bat. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it so far. Yeah, Zaf is lining up the lineup right now to see if they can get anything done as they try to approach into this A site, but it's actually looking like they're going to be stacking. Team 2 is going to be stacking over 3 players onto this site. One's going to be lurking up in the back through tube, probably also watching mid while they're at it, and then another couple are going to be set up over here on A to try and get this crossfire set up. I think they can see that the Viper wall actually already went down, and they're going to be expecting this A hit a little bit. Dog coming out. Dubs going to be immediately stunned up. Drone coming out. I mean, Dubs is going to be under so much pressure in just a minute, but actually, it looks like it's just a fake util hit over here for the side of A. Wrist?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a little bit interesting there, coming out from Risk. Just kind of playing the standstill game. Maybe a little bit of a disconnect your keyboard challenge. Very hard. Zaf manages to find a pair of picks, though, in this fight. So now it's a 3v2 situation. Team 2.
Yeah, and I mean, one of them or two of them are very low, so this is still very winnable for the defending team here. They are going to be blocked off from entering from tunnel. Actually, not really. They can just jump over the box. But yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult to. Oh no, they can't! I've never seen this like that. They have to try and break it on pistol round too. That's the most unfortunate thing about using the Sage Wall on pistol rounds, is that oftentimes you don't have enough damage to be able to take it out. I've never seen that wall actually come out before. 2 bullets for 2 heads left from Hoythin here. Going to try and take them out. I thought that they had the lineup set up for it, but unfortunately, first round will be going to Team 1.
Part of me has to wonder if that wall was intentional. I mean, if it was, then like that's just the best play of all time, you know. that is the best utility lineup ever. But if it wasn't, it was still pretty funny. But yeah, no, I mean, Breathe-In's with the sheriff there, still pretty scary in that 2v1, but Spooky Darkness just securing the round. So now, I mean, we're just gonna be coming to that anti-eco, and looks like another A hit here. Last time they didn't actually commit to A, which showed some good adaptations. We'll see if something similar happens this time around.
Yeah, I think honestly it might be a full hit here. Seeing as Zaf actually put up that wall rather late, kind of spells to me that they're going to be going for a quick hit here over into A. Try to get this quick assault bonus round up, and as Risk enters in through doors, manages to find 2 picks. Zaf finding the 3rd, and it looks like it's already pretty much lights out for Team 2 here as the wall goes up through doors. It's going to be difficult for Reaps to be able to enter, and now they're going to know Reaps is there. Met with a Spectre and a headshot right after that.
Yeah, I mean, Reeves is kind of not having a good time with these Sage walls. He always gets the worst timing with them. First, just falling into the pit, and then when he's trying to enter 2 doors, Spooky Darkness just hits him with the wall, and it ends up costing him his life. So at Plasma Wars, just gonna try to do as much economic damage as possible here. And yeah, I mean, I don't think he was really expecting to win that round. It was very hard to do, but still a good try.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Ricky has kind of been a menace so far than what we've seen today with this classic. I feel like more times than Ricky should be allowed to. Ricky is getting kills with either like the right click or just like a nice, decently ranged left click volley coming out and popping a couple heads here and there. Ricky has kind of been on fire with this default weapon. And now, players set up. Looks like for a nice B hit here, actually. Viper's Wall going to be coming out, cuts the site in half effectively. Wall going to be sprayed down immediately. Still on this bonus right now is Team 1. They realize the wall goes down and they're going to try and back up, but Dubs through elbow manages to find an incredible 3 picks. Just a gun diff right there.
Yeah, and I mean, we're gonna be seeing the first round being secured there by the defending team. Hopefully, I mean, Spooky did get the 1 kill, but now he's gonna be caught in a very rough situation as he's just being caught from every single angle.
My lord, what just what an incredible play there. Honestly, understanding the fact that these players from Team 1 pushing in onto B site, probably going to be caught off guard from elbow, and that's exactly what ended up happening. Capitalizing on that is Dubs with the rifle, and the gun diff ends up going into the way. Bonus ends up going the way that you would expect, but now it's going to be even across the board. I'm interested to see how this side execute goes down.
I mean, we are seeing Risk do a little bit of a mid-take here. He does get Plasma Warp immediately, but soon, oh my god, the double trade is coming back immediately. Now it's just going to be a 3v3. This was looking, I mean, they did get a 1 kill at the start, but now, I mean, it's just very even. 3v3. B is actually open. I don't think anyone's actually going to even really recognize that, though, but if they were to start rotating now, I mean, they would be able to take that pretty easily.
Yeah, honestly, I think that they would be able to, but the fact that the Jet ended up dying there up mid is really, really unfortunate. Ricky finding a pick onto Dubs. Not having that player up mid means that they can't get the crossfire set up, and with 2 people staring down like a turret over up through A main, it's just a little bit difficult to try and get anything done. The picks will go to the wayside of Team 1 as they move up to their 3rd point in Breeze.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a good swing on the, or what do you call it, on the contact of the dog there from Spooky. I mean, the defending team was actually in a position to catch at least 2 people there, but that swing was really good, and they're going to be securing this round, kind of ruining the econ here of the defending team. Actually, is it a ruin? It is not, no. It's not that bad, but I mean, yeah, I guess they did get a few kills there, so they will have a little bit of an arsenal. Not the best. You can see some glass cannons coming out, some Ares, but they'll try to make the most out of this round that they can. Well, at least they have to, because the next round will be a save if they don't.
Yeah, and all these players are just going to be pushing out through A main, trying to get past this Viper U kill. Maybe it's just a spray and pray and then ending up leaving, going in through B, but this doesn't seem necessarily like the best play that Team 1 could possibly do. Spooky Darkness trying to deal with Dubs on this flank right now, will manage to find the trade, and the res ends up coming out, so now Team 1 going to be up in this fight, currently on site, taking a full rotation over to B.
Yeah, Sweetens isn't going to actually catch a couple people on the rotate. He does get 1, but now everyone knows that the rotate is coming to B. Attack team should get there first. Sweetens going to get Ricky. It's still going to be a 4v3. Zaf going to get a few things. And now it's going to be a 3v3, what do you call it, retake here.
Yeah, Viper's Pit also down on the B site. 3v3 take right now. Definite advantage, though, to Team 1 as they have this Viper Pit up with the spike down. The drones on the inside. Sushi manages to find the pick, though. Also finds the pick on the Zap. Viper wall goes down. Spooky left in a 1v. Plasma, but Plasma with the Ares somehow manages to win that gunfight. Albeit other player did have like 20 HP or something like that, but with the Ares, still impressive nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, the Silva drone actually, what do you call it? It was actually kind of risky there because the Silva drone did not clear that cubby, so I felt like Spooky was in prime position, but unfortunately, I mean, he was stuck in that 1v3, so he does get 2 there. Very good try, but he was stuck in a tough situation.
Yeah, being stuck up in that corner over on B side is actually like the worst place that you can kind of be stuck at, because it's so one-dimensional. If you're just trying to hide over there in that little corner over on B site, whichever way you decide to peek out, it's going to be advantageous for the opposing person no matter what, practically. But Risk taking the default route up through main again, missing a little bit with the knives there, does manage to get a few knocks though.
Yeah, I mean, we'll ignore that for the most part. Huitins is going to get a kill. 3v5 coming in. And, yeah, I mean, the attack team kind of stuck.
Spike down
in,
A.
what do you call it? A main here. Huitins actually just going off completely.
That was fast.
Yeah.
That was, like, crazy fast. It just seems like there were no gunfights that was actually won there from the side of Team 1, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, everyone in the lobby was kind of fearing Huitins because he doesn't play this game much, but anytime that he does play, he's always a monster, so we saw a little bit of a reason why that's the case.
Yeah, no kidding. Just kind of sitting up there, playing Kovacs right now as Huitins. Set up through mid window as Plasma works. Still rocking the Ares. I mean, this is... I thought it was like an eco thing, but no, I think that Plasma might just enjoy to play with the Ares at this point. Dog ends up taking Dubs through B, set up in a triple fire right now. Dubs manages to find a pick onto Risk as the entry tries to come out here onto B site. 40 Glock gonna manage to take out Huitins though, which is actually a great pick considering how devastating Huitins has been to this Team 2 roster. This Team 1
and
roster.
Dubs is pushing. He's not going to accept 2 people holding the flank, and they are going to get him. So now no one is on A. Spooky Darkness has looked up on the way to it with the help of 40 Glock, and they're going to take the side here. Everyone else is sitting on B. They don't know. The bomb is being planted, and now that's going to initiate the retake coming in. But the Sky ultimate going to be showing exactly where all 3 of them are.
Oh, Ricky's just sitting up mid. What a great play from Lusoma to catch people off with the rotations. The Seekers giving them all the information they need. Now it's just Plasma up here with the Ares. It would be a miracle to get something done, and Ricky makes sure that miracles will not happen today in this match as they move up 1 more point in Breeze.
Yeah, we got a close game going on here. It is going to be done round from both sides. Reap's going to be opting for the Ares once again. Seems to be his weapon of choice, and I mean, hey, if it works for him, then that's all he really needs. He is very close to the res here, so if he does get this kill, that could help out with turning the round back around. But yeah, it's looking like a hard A here. Ricky gonna be taking Hall's control very early on. No one is actually watching Hall, so he can get a lot of space into their spawn right off the start here.
Throw down a gun to activate the vent. That's actually kind of big brain. Sushi is gonna manage to get 2 with a knife. This round is over, Zin. Like, I don't even have to say anything else. It was just, crazy knives coming out there from Sushi. If Zaf can find this pick, maybe something. No, nothing's gonna happen. Absolutely not. Team 1 is just gonna get bodied.
I was gonna say, I mean, they had Hall's control there for basically free at the start of the round, but the reaction from the defending team was actually so quick that they just caught everyone in Halls, and it just became a meat grinder at that point.
Looks like they might possibly be setting up here for a default play, actually, is Team 1. They have players set up every which way possible. Could possibly be attempting to try and play this one just a little bit slower than they would their normal paces. No Viper's Wall also set up. Definitely spells that they're going to be playing a little bit of contact here, but Dubs actually manages to find the first pick onto Risk. Risk has been getting really aggressive in these rounds and sometimes pays off in the form of a pick. sometimes doesn't. It's just the duelist way. Ricky, though, making sure that the utility gets an incredible amount of value. Hunter's Fury managing to even up the score a little bit. However, Team 1 is now down 2 people in this round, and we're gonna see what happens from here. Spike. Still not planted yet. Ricky trying to take a rotation up here to be Zap under a lot of pressure through mid. Ends up getting wallbanged by Plasma. It's just Ricky left right now with this Sheriff. Definitely not going to be the best util to have here either, with just 2 shock darts online to try and hold down B site up against a bunch of full buy Phantoms. It's not going to be the best situation. Plasma's already set up on the fire, manages to bring out the drone, tags up Ricky. Ricky is under so much distress right now, and gets picked up, cleaned up by Plasma. And it's still really even rounds coming out here from both sides.
Yeah, sorry, I had to do some administration stuff on the other end. But yeah, I mean, the defending team now actually taking the lead, so they were a little bit on the back foot for the past couple of rounds, but they've finally been able to turn it around, and now the round advantage is finally towards them. So we'll see if the attacking team can actually bring this back. They are on a gun round still, so hopefully they can. Risk gonna be caught with the classic, but I mean, you can make something work from that.
Team 1 going back to their roots, going up for a nice default A hit, except they're not sending somebody up mid this time. So no punishing going to be done there. It seems like a lot of players are rotating out through mid, actually, from the side of Team 2. So it's a rather wise choice to not put one person up mid. Just going to be a full-on hit into A. Utility coming out left and right. Lear ends up blinding Zaf, who will get traded out after taking out Plasma Warp there. Weathens with the Operator going to make sure that happens. And now that Team 1 knows that the Operator's out on the field, they're actually going to start an immediate rotation over to B, which is being read right now completely by Team 2. But Risk manages to take out the Operator. Big right now. Fight breaking down through elbow. Dubs has just gotten so many picks so far by just simply lurking up behind on this elbow. Ruby site. Finds yet another pick, along with the 3 that occurred in the earlier round. So a pretty good track record so far for Dubs in that elbow corner. Players trying to take a crossfire setup through B on this retake right now. 3v3 on point. Viper's pit online for Team 2, and it's Risk with the 4K to close out the round. What an incredible play coming out from the Jet on the side of Team 1.
Yeah, I mean, now it's going to be tied right back up. They did need to win that round to kind of just, you know, bring back their advantage, and then also keep their economy safe too. I mean, Risk there only had the classic at the start, so now he's got the knives. Now he can keep that momentum going on to hopefully bring this lead back.
Yeah, a little bit of a skin trade going on there. Risk now having a rather blinged out gun. Won't get detected, actually. Oh, what a good large flick coming out there from Risk after not getting detected by the dart. This Jet on Team 1 is doing so much work. Risk just putting in the most effort and getting the most out. Peak coming through from Weathens with the Empress to try and get something done. Going to be met with a headshot from 40 Glock. And Risk getting another set of kills in this round, going getting one less than the last round, but it's hard to top 4, honestly. So you'll definitely take it if you're Risk. Top fragging right now on the side of Team 1.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very close game nonetheless. Right now, I mean, it looks like there's gonna be a little bit of default going on. The wall does come out on A. Actually, no, I think it might just be a fake. The wall comes out on A early.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see the position towards B. Ricky might be using some util here just to sell the fake a little bit more. But I guess we're still seeing.
This is exactly what Team 1 ended up doing in their first round. They used this
Get out of my
Viper
way.
wall up A incredibly early to try and bait some players from going into A, and it looks like Team 2 has actually recognized this, and they're going to start the rotation a little bit earlier. But it's going to be met with 40 blocking. Risk ending up finding picks immediately in the round. Will be traded out, though, from the side of Team 2, as the wall ends up going through from B and the res coming out through onto Zap. 40 Glock finding a pick, traded out immediately. It's a 2v3 right now. Dubs under some pressure. Ricky will manage to take them out. Team 1 most likely going to manage to take this round. I have zero idea how that shock dart did no damage. Just weaving past that was Weethans. But if there's anybody that could get a 1v3 clutch done, it's Weethans.
Yeah, I mean,
Spike
I
planted.
don't know. I feel like, well, actually, you can't say. I was gonna say it might be weird for him to say, but it's the last round and a half, so he's gonna have to go for this. He's gonna be taking slow Halls controls here, but eventually he's gonna be going from CT. He might be able to isolate some of these angles. As one person is just holding the flank, he does get one, and so now they both know where he is. He's gonna have to deal with this 2v1, both of them holding this similar or close angles from now on.
Ethan's on the site, going to be tapping for the defuse. However,
he doesn't. Oh, now he does.
Team 1 just didn't give an inch there, honestly. They had like the Viper utility that was also
Switching sides.
they had the Viper util that was set up to be able to go onto the spike as well to delay the plants. So yeah, I mean it was almost impossible for Weethans to be able to get anything done there unless he aggressively pushed into both of the members who were set up on completely opposite angles while the spike was ticking down. So a difficult retake there from Weethans, but it's 5 and 7 after the half. This is incredibly close.
Yeah, I mean, now we're going to be seeing the B hit coming from the attacking team this time around. Just looks like all of them are just going to stick towards B. Spooky is ready with the wall, so they're going to have to deal with that immediately on this pistol, but we'll see what adaptation comes out here.
Ooh, it's actually the double elevation with the wall comes out. Risk tries to go for the shot, will end up having to dash out, unfortunately. No casualties met, though, from either side. It's just going to be the Reyna. Weethans, a little bit weak here, manages to get healed up from the Sage. Dubs, flashed from the dog, but manages to find a pick, traded out immediately. Spooky Darkness in this quarter does not manage to actually get a ton done. The trades will end up coming out, though, and it is currently in the favor of Team 2, who are up now 2 in this fight. As the next player ends up getting taken out, it's going to be Zap, who's met with a rather long-range right-click up through the side of B Hall. And it's a pretty easy pistol round win there for the side of Team 2.
Yeah, I mean, now looks like there's going to be the B. I mean, Team 2 has a very solid chance of just securing just a tie game here. Going with the anti-eco. Dubs looks like he's going to be placing the wall and then maybe going for Hall's control just from this this positioning. Oh, no. Oh, actually, yes, he is. So he is going back up to Halls. He thinks he's going to get one with the sheriff there.
Revealing area.
I want to see how the defense is going to deal with this. It looks like not much can really be done. I mean, they've got the weapon disadvantage. 40 Glock isn't also good secure a Spectre that maybe you can bonus in the next round or try to do something with this, but I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really hard for him. I mean, that should tell you enough about how he thinks this round is going.
No kidding. When you just start spraying off randomly to the side, you kind of understand your fate there at that moment. They had a lot of players that were lined up over onto A site as well. Way too difficult to be able to retake there. And now we're all tied up in Breeze in. This is going to be able to come down to the wire.
Yeah, I mean, now the attacking team should have a bonus. So technically, I mean, if they keep their weapons, then they'll have the gun disadvantage. So that's a solid chance for the defenders to actually take back the advantage. But I mean, we'll see. It's going to be looking like another A hit. The A hit last round was pretty good. So.
Yeah, pretty good indeed. Weethans actually manages to come out with a quick pick, but Seth gets 2 with the Vandal spray through the smoke. Oh, you hate to see it. That's so well, I guess you love to see it depending on which team you're supporting right now, but regardless.
Oh, Dubs actually caught 40 block.
Did he actually? I don't. Oh no! Actually, 40 Glock managed to rotate just a little bit too quick. I don't think that Risk understood that 40 Glock was just going to be sprinting down through CT spawn, and now 40 Glock, because of this, manages to find 2 and clean up the rest of the round. That's really, really unfortunate that Risk could not catch 40 Glock out there. Kind of turned the tide of the entire round.
Yeah, I mean, Dubs did actually see 40 Glock rotating when he had moved up Paul's, but I mean the trigger discipline was good. He just didn't secure the kill, unfortunately. And we're gonna be seeing a gun round now coming out from both teams. This round can decide where the momentum swings for the next few. So this round is very important to decide the tide of the game.
Yeah, and it's an early wall from the Spooky Darkness to try and stunt this push that's coming out here from Team 2, but Dubs finds 2 immediately in this round, will eventually get traded out there, and Risk actually manages to find 2, so it's now completely even. Risk finds 3 from this B window. This heaven position is just going to be so good for Risk. Oh, give the man the ace. Unfortunately, will not manage to find it. Zaf taking that amazing opportunity away from Risk, unfortunately. However, it's going to be a rather solid round win there for Team 1. And as you said, that was a pretty pivotal round.
Yeah, now we're going to be seeing another... yeah, I mean, Dub's now going to have the Viper's Pit, so hopefully if they can get on site here, that puts them in a really solid position to hold a really good post plant. The stack does seem to be heavy towards A. I mean, we can see 4 of the defenders right around A here. 2 of them close to Hull, so they're taking Hull control very early on. Risk might be trying to catch some of them from the flank. Looks like he will be doing that. I don't think a single person is aware about what's going on.
I really don't think so. Risk with the trigger discipline as well. I think they just that it's just one of their own team members based on the running sound. Tweetins is going to manage to take them out. And Asiko is actually not looking too bad for the side of Team 1. They managed to get some trade picks out. 40 Glock does not realize that you can't jump over that wall. And that's okay, because neither does the own Sage who put down the wall. Reaps is not going to be able to jump over that either. So it's a fun little exchange that happens there. 40 Glock with the spray down, going to manage to find Plasma Warp, trying to get the spike down. But Reaps with Judge finds 2 right at the end, right when it mattered most.
The Judge, I mean, that was a very good eco win for them. I mean, like we were saying before, the last round was very important for the momentum, but with that eco win, I mean, they've just kind of halted, and now they can swing it back very easily here.
Yeah, this is a very, very good moment here for Team 2. They are definitely going to be able to be on the upswing after this, and it actually looks like they're going to be going for their trademark A-hit yet again. It seems like more often than not, this team has decided to just send a 5-man stack up through A, and then just kind of try and out-frag them. I mean, when you have Huithans on your team, why not? Huithans and Dubs pulling their weight right now on this Viper and Reyna, respectively. Viper's Pit will be locked down here from Dubs onto a site to try and get the spike down rather early, but the spike carrier is actually going to be killed here outside of the Viper's Pit. Will be picked up here.
I mean,
however, the plant has to go down. Oh!
What a shot!
Spike planted.
That's like actually nasty, and it kind of opened up the site a little bit. The birds are just opting to be too much. 40 Glock, you needed to hit that shot. That's so unfortunate. Plasma Warp going to be taking them down with the Vandal in this fight. Zaf manages to find the wallbang headshot on the Sushi as well. Plasma Warp getting so much done with this Vandal up through a main. It's gonna be Dubs to clean it up as well with the Judge onto Zaf on site. And that Viper's Pit proved to work so well for Team 2, now tied back up in this set.
Yeah, I mean, looks like they're going to be looking to do a little bit of a force here. 2 people can't really buy on the side of the defenders, but Spooky going for that glass cannon. I mean, yeah, we'll see. It does look to be it looks like it's gonna be a B hit, and right now Spooky is the only person on site, so this rotation has to be really fast. But they also have to be worried about Dubs potentially catching them on board.
Yeah, I can understand honestly why Team 2 is opting to hold only one over at B, considering the fact Team 1 has just gone through A every single time, pretty much throughout their entire attacking round. However, it's going to be met with Seekers coming out through main here. So now, Dubs is going to be spotted out through mid. 40 Glock has an incredible amount of mid control. Dubs going back in through the lurk though, and 40 Glock might end up getting timing here. Actually, not going to end up being the case. What looks like all of Team 2 is going to just be wrapping around to the site as the spike goes down. Sushi Viper trying to pick as well.
Oh, 40 Glock actually got pushing for insane. We get one more here. He does, and right now Dubs is gonna be trying to come from B main. The other stuck on tunnels.
Last player standing.
Oh my god, Sushi's actually gonna be able to get a lot done with these knives. Oh,
I mean,
man.
what?
I don't even know what to say.
What? How does Sushi do this? Sushi has done this so many times throughout the duration of Breeze that has been going on. It's been crazy, finding 3-4Ks just randomly out of the pocket. Only has 14 kills on the board. However, all of those 14 kills has been so critical to the success right now of Team 2, because they're usually just like found in these bunches of 3 and 4. It's actually crazy when Sushi pops off, Sushi pops off.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be another B hit this time. We're going to see the quick rotate, but Sushi is going to be looking to push mid over here a little. Dub's going to catch one. Can 40 block, trade this out. I don't think he's going to try to no, he's going to try to reset it out, but see if anything can be done. Looks like they're just going to stick outside B here, trying to slowly take this space, but the defending team has kind of trapped them. I mean, if they try to rotate anywhere, they're just going to run into all of them, and there you go. I mean, there's 2 kills from the defending team right there. 3. But Dubs, oh, this is a huge one. They're all low, too.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god.
Dubs is 4 in the round now! That was so huge. I was about to say, I don't think they expected Dubs to try and go up for that mid aggression after not attempting to take the duel up through mid. I think they just assumed that Dubs had already rotated up through into B site through main, but it didn't actually end up happening, and now Dubs is going to get the plant down onto A. It's going to be a retake situation here for Ricky, who has that Hunter's Fury online to be able to use should they choose to use it. And honestly, if you are able to figure out where Dubs is, why not? But Dubs looks like they're getting set up for a potential lineup here.
I mean,
Possibly.
Yeah,
possibly not, actually.
I mean, Ricky does have the arrow up, so maybe he can do something with that, but I think Dubs is just playing really slow. He's going to be pushing this out now. Might catch Ricky. He's going to molly the bomb. Oh, the molly! Oh, the ace from Dubs is actually so good. That mid, what do you call it? That retake into mid was actually so critical into winning this round, because all of them there, they were taking the fight against the rifles with pistols, so they were all low, and Dubs was able to clean that up even though he was stuck in a 4v1.
Absolutely. Could we get a quick look at the eco right now for both sides as we go into 11 and 9 here on Split? Sorry, on Breeze. I don't know why I said Split. However, it looks like it is going to be a Sheriff buy here for Ricky. So not necessarily a half buy coming out here. However, this is going to be the last leg of Team 1. They have to try and win this round. Otherwise, they're going to be playing into an eco on round 14s, and that's not a good look for them starting out here, Zin.
I mean, Dubs already pushed up into halls. Sushi Life can catch 1. He doesn't know this person's sitting behind box. Rick's gonna get 2 huge kills, but unfortunately, he does get taken out right away. And yeah, it's gonna be 12-9 now. And the defending team, their econ situation is not gonna be very good. Actually, it's not as bad as you would think. 2 of them can full buy, so there's that at least.
Oh wow, yeah, it actually looks like a good amount of them are able to buy rifles. There's quite a few glass cannons going on from the side of Team 1. However, it's definitely not impossible. Dub's going to be dropping the gun there, opting in for a Sheriff, and then dropping the Sheriff on the ground. I'm not exactly sure what that was about. However, there had to be about something. It looks like it's going to be a default A take here for the side of Team 2 as they try and lock down the round. It's an unfortunate first pick coming out onto Risk, though.
Yeah.
Always going in for those early peaks, and this time gets punished.
Yeah, we're gonna see the speakers here. Dubs has been caught, but oh my god, he actually catches the utility timing onto Ricky. Zap. Oh, Dubs gonna take that Zap right there. Oh, he almost gets 3. 40 Glock gonna be taken out with it by the right click, but Risk brought back into the fight here. Anything be done. Oh, Spooky just there's too many people for him to actually handle, so can't really do much. He's found the guns in spawn. So
wait, has Risk used the knives? Did Risk end up using? No, I don't know why the guns were set up over there. Actually, maybe in the case of a post plant round like this, I mean, I would have to know exactly what's going on. Oh.
Okay, it looks like we have a little. At the start of
You will
yeah.
not kill my ally.
Well, I mean, that is a knife in some way.
Going in for the knives right now is Risk. They're actually going to try and get the defuse right now. Huethans is going up for the knife. This is the right click. Wants to win it so bad. The slow comes out, manages to find the knife out on Huethans, and the tap on the Reaps. Oh, this is a little bit disrespectful, but I think it's going to be locked out here with the Sova ult onto Spike. Wait, he got it.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord, my eyes. My eyes.
What did I just watch?
Yo.
Yeah. I don't blame them. I mean, I thought it was we both thought it was just GG.
They just want to play more Valorant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take it as that. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it was definitely content, you know. It was good content.
I have to agree with you, and 40 Glock's gonna keep us up with the content now, as well as Dubs ends up getting picked off over by Tube. A little bit unfortunate to start out this round for Team 2, who took an unfortunate nosedive after losing the knife round and committing the Hunter's Fury into it. 40 Glock on the flank, moving the Phantom finds the pick on the 2 through connector. And now 40 Glock with 4 in the round could potentially get the ace here. It's a 3v1 right now, only Plasma Orb alive for the side of Team 2. Will end up getting picked out, traded out there by Risk. And now, unfortunately, for the side of Team 2, they're going to be losing this round. They're going to be kicking themselves a lot, I feel like, for what just ended up happening 2 rounds ago. It might come back to bite them.
Yeah, I mean, this is really it for them right here. I mean, what a hilarious way though to like go into overtime. You have the round, you're sure you're going to win the knife war or whatever, and what do you call it? They defuse in the literal last like millisecond.
Toxin screen down.
I think in that round too, I mean, they probably didn't realize that he had already defused it to half, so that's why the Sova didn't even bother ulting the spike there. But anyway, back to the actual game. What happened to the map on the top left?
I'm a little bit confused as to what happened with the UI as to why the mini-map is now gone. However, it just means that we get to be a little bit more immersed in the action, it feels like. Looks like it's going to be an A hit coming out here for the side of Team 2. Dubs finding 2 already. This could just be the nail in the coffin that Team 2 needs. Zaf going to be checked up over in the back. They had 3 people just staring Zaf right down the eyes. Ricky finding a pick onto Sushi. It's now a 3v2 here in favor of the side of Team 2. The reload comes through. Huethan's trying to take the pick. Heal from Spooky Darkness comes through. Pushing through doors right now is Huethan's trying to get the pick onto this Jet who is working up mid as Ricky tries to take the peek. Coming in through CT, not quite able to get it done. They know this last player is up through mid. This is pretty much going to be it here, Zen, as Huethan's pushes out through mid rather aggressively with the free fire. And Team 2, though suffering a little bit of a blunder early on, managed to take Breeze 13-11, and these matches have been so close in.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of worried that the blunder earlier on was gonna cost them, but we're still able to clinch it. And I mean, hey, we got a funny moment out of it.
Yeah, a little bit of a clip there for that round. Definitely a very, very entertaining map of Breeze to watch, free with a good amount of content. But overall, Team 2 managing to pull out an incredible amount of stops and just managed to play the game just marginally better than Team 1, I would say. There was not much of a difference coming out from either side here, from either of these teams, if I'm being honest.
I mean, they were really worried too that the games are going to be like a little too one-sided on the side of Dubs, just because we think it's kind of like an underrated monster, but it was still very close, and both teams put up a very close fight.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's going to do it for me here, at least on the broadcast today. It's been absolutely wonderful to be able to stay here and cast some of these glorious in-house matches that we have going on here for IIT. Amazing matches.
Yeah,
glad
thanks.
to get to cast my first round of Valorant here.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate the help, and everyone from DPU always willing to help out. They're all just great people. So, just showing that, and some fantastic casting too. Thank you for joining once again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to everybody for coming out today. I will go ahead and make my exit. But wonderful community. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'll go ahead and step out.
All right. Thank you once again. Goodbye.